What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Chainlink to BTC. We'll also be looking at the coin market cap and reviewing a market analysis of what exactly is going on within the crypto space. More so buying opportunities, sell-off opportunities, just where the market could potentially be headed for 2019. But besides that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. I will be doing the giveaway raffle winner right after this intro, but otherwise let's jump right into today's episode. So as you guys can see, I am on the random comment picker for YouTube, and I've entered one of the two URLs where I asked you guys to comment. So it was random. I randomly chose one, and now I'm clicking get YouTube comments, and then we will then choose between 233 people who wins the Ledger Nano X. So I do have that Ledger Nano X, brand new, never been opened, and I will be sending that out to one random lucky person. So I'm going to click the start button. It's out of 233 unique comments. And then if that person has subscribed and Ledger Nano X in their comment, then I will be sending that to them. So let's check it out and see who wins. Here we go. Let's see. And bam, does he have Ledger? There we go. Robert Jones, you have one of the best channels out there. Good content since day one, brother. And yes, I want the Ledger Nano X. And I actually know Robert Jones. He is a frequent, YouTube, sub on my channel, and I always see his comments, and awesome because he was fortunate enough to win this Ledger Nano X. So Robert Jones, if you're watching today's episode, make sure to email me at cryptotvofficial@gmail.com. It's in the description, the my email's in the description. Make sure to email me, let me know that you won and your address so I can send it to you. Hopefully you're within the US. That makes things a lot easier, but otherwise let's jump right into today's video. So as you guys can see, we're on the current coin market cap with Bitcoin dominance at 60%, 24-hour volume at 72.2, and market cap at 335 billion. And what I'm noticing right now is that we're starting to see the markets move up, more so in some sort of consolidation pattern, more than a breakout. We're not really seeing a breakout just yet, but we will and are anticipating a big one since we've really haven't seen much movement in the past week or so. You can see out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies that we are kind of in the middle. We have about 4 out of the 10 that are in red. The ones that are up really aren't up by much, which is why I think we're still consolidating. Besides Bitcoin being up 3.5, all the other cryptos they're less than 1% up, and the coins that are down by maybe 2% max. So I'm assuming for the most part we're just having a neutral, solid day consolidation, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We need this retracement. We need consolidation. It opens doors to bigger moves in the future. And as I move on to the charts, this pretty much verifies what exactly is going on. So speaking long term as to where, the markets are headed in 2019, more so, I think this is June, end of June. So moving into July, what we can expect. So I guess that will be the title for today's video is what to expect in July. You can see July ends right here. We have July 31st, which ends right here. And you'll notice where that price is. So you'll notice a couple of things. Number one, as we consolidate down, I'm going to draw it out for you guys. There's a chance we could see movement like this leading to July 31st, which is right around there. So you can see this is what we're looking for. This is what we're anticipating. We did bounce off of a strong resistance at 140 for Litecoin, and now we're seeing consolidation. Also, if you guys haven't realized that I am wearing a HODL Game of Thrones t-shirt sponsored by eToro. They sent it to me randomly. I had no idea they were even sending it, but it's actually a freaking awesome shirt. So definitely make sure to check them out. They're also linked in the description. It's what we use for virtual trading simulations. It's pretty awesome. But otherwise, retracement is what I'm looking for besides the movement upwards to the upside. So really what we're anticipating for July is potentially the same price levels that we're seeing now, but prior to it ending in July, we're going to see some sort of retracement in the beginning of July. So I'm really looking for movement downwards, retesting our bottom support, and then seeing a potential bounce leading up to 140. So we're looking to buy in at around 120. In that 120 region, that is a great opportunity to buy. I'd say from 120 to 126. That is when I should be buying into Litecoin. Once again, in that short-term position, I do hold long-term, and then anticipating a movement up. And then closer to August, we should potentially see a break to the upside as we lead into September. We could see a major bull run or a major retracement. People are buying, the rumor and selling the news in anticipation for the halving for Litecoin. So it's going to be pretty epic and interesting, and there's a lot of crazy stuff coming for the market. So you guys have to be prepared. Make sure to be watching all the videos so you don't miss out on any crazy, swings in either direction. We'll be ready to be buying them or selling off, taking some profits. Now, for those of you who have me on Patreon, once again, thank you for supporting the channel. What you guys, I feel like, are not understanding, but what is included with Patreon is you guys get access to all of my charts live updating on Patreon. So it's pretty awesome. For those of you who are a little confused, I send you guys a link to my charts that are live updating, which means it's not something that I have to be constantly posting 24/7, which is good because sometimes I'm not available to send that. But what it is you get that link and it auto updates. It's very easy. All I have to do is click right here and then click save. The second I save that, everyone who I specifically sent the link to gets auto updated to every change that I make on the chart. So it's pretty awesome. That's also in the description. I believe it's the first link. So definitely make sure to check that out as well. But now moving on to the rest of the cryptocurrencies, ending with Chainlink. You can see we're on Bitcoin right now, also pumping 3%. We're hitting some very interesting highs right now within Bitcoin as we now are way above $11,000. 11,300 seems to be the price that we're at. It's time to be drawing in some more resistance and support bands, and you can see the current one that it's at is right here. So I'm looking for retracement right now. Not only are we extremely overbought, but we're also seeing resistance up top here. Very hard to be, predicting things like this. I'd say obviously when we're at 50-50 on the RSI, it gives us plenty of room to move up, which is what we saw now entering an overbought market. I honestly think this is the cap, so if I was holding on to Bitcoin in my short-term holdings, I would most likely sell off now in anticipation to correct back down to our uptrend, buying in down here and then riding it back up to 11,450. Right where that ascending triangle meets, which could potentially break us bullish. Now moving on to Ethereum, and then we'll wrap things up with Chainlink. Ethereum is acting not as similar to Bitcoin as I thought it would be. You'll notice not only did we see that bullish run out of our ascending triangle, which we did have out here, but you'll notice that we're starting to consolidate. So you'll see that we're starting to move sideways. We're not really seeing much volume. We're kind of capped off at this overbought line right now. Pretty much the entire market is overbought, which is indicating some pretty big retracement. I think that's kind of needed since we've been literally seeing months on months of bullish media and bullish prices. You can see ever since, this is all the way back. We're going back to February. I think it goes back even further to January. We've just been trading up sideways. We really have not seen much consolidation at all. We really have not seen much retracement at all, which is, it's got to be something to think about, because as we move to these higher levels, there's a good chance we could start to anticipate a big retracement. We're very far away from our high-low middle moving average, and there's definitely a good chance, like we did at the end of or mid 2018, which is the entire retracement. Now, we might not have one as big since we're not as high up there, but it is definitely here to say that, it's definitely not 100%, but there is still that chance that we could see the price tank at a major level back to 220 very easily. Ethereum could retest 220, a strong retracement back down to our high-low MMA. We're overbought on most of its daily, weekly, month, 4-hour charts, and this anticipation and this retracement is not unlikely. And that's what I want you guys to be aware of, that holding long term, when I hold long term, is much more conservative and safer. That's the best way to word it. But now moving on to Chainlink, and then I want to end here. You'll notice Chainlink is actually doing quite well. I want to see if there's any sort of uptrend pattern that I could be missing. I'm not sure if that's one. It looks like it's starting to make one. I'm not sure if this is it, but I'll leave this here for right now because you can see we've had previous bounces off here. You'll notice we are hitting a resistance, which we're actually breaking out of, which is interesting. But you'll notice we have plenty of potential on our daily charts on the RSI at 58 to move up much higher. But notice that there are caps up here. These are two cap levels, which I want to just draw some more resistances and support bands. I actually think this is the highest it's gone since Chainlink is on Binance right now. It seems pretty recent since it's been added back in September, end of September. So these are all-time highs, which is pretty crazy for Chainlink, so it's kind of hard to predict where it could go, but these are resistances. We have to take these into consideration, these two levels. So we could potentially see movement like this, and then we could head up higher. That's definitely a possibility, but that's going to sum up the video for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Robert Jones, make sure to email me. This way you get the Ledger Nano X. I'm trying to give it away, but it seems like not many people are remembering that they have to email me so I know where to send it to, but otherwise I'm going to have to raffle it off. But that's going to sum up today's episode, guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.